Many people think that in the first session itself, their problem will be completely resolved. The psychologist is facing the problem in that situation. How we can resolve that problem, and what
it's
is
very understandable, because in the current society, people are very focused on, say, they go to their GP. Their GP will see them for 15, 20 minutes and prescribe medication. That medication, whether it's anxiety medication or depression medication, it can act pretty fast. So you might get some symptom relief. However, the deeper issues are not gone. So this is where psychotherapy takes some time. And I will invariably nowadays, years ago it wasn't as prevalent, but now everyone wants the quick fix. They go on YouTube, they see 3 steps to getting well, 3 steps to healing your mental problems. Heal your problems in 30 seconds. Everyone wants the quick fix. So it is a challenge for the therapist nowadays to actually get the client to engage for a longer period of time, because problems that developed over years don't go away overnight. So you need time to actually work on these issues that are surfacing for the people, whether they're childhood issues, whether they're bullying in the workplace, whether they're, something that happened to them in a traumatic situation. Fortunately, we need to have a good way of explaining to people that this is not going to be fixed overnight. Now, there are implications in the therapy, that there's a fee people have to pay. So they do put pressure on the therapist to fix this quickly. So it is a challenge. But a good therapist will be able to kind of help the person to think about it in that way. We need to give this a bit of time.
So the next question is, after post-graduation and the graduation, the student may get confused, because they'll be knowing that they'll be having the diagnostic knowledge and they will be having multiple assessment tools in their hand, but they don't know how to start a therapy after their post-graduation and all. So what exactly a postgraduate student should do after their certification?
Well, they should come to my 2-day training, right? That's the first thing they should do, because again, and I'm talking from experience, and it's invariably the situation that the feedback I get is that I didn't know how to structure a session. When somebody sat in front of me, I had a whole lot of theory, but I didn't know what to say. I didn't know where the therapy was going. So I have an actual model of a structure. It's called the 3-stage helping model, where there is the initial therapeutic alliance. Then there is the more kind of challenging behavior stage, and then there's the solution focused. I don't want to get too much into it here because it's complicated, but in my 2-day training, what I'm kind of guaranteeing, right, that you will come away with a toolbox of skills that you can use immediately in your therapy sessions, that you will have a structure to work with. You'll be able to say, well, where is this therapy going? In yourself, and that then, okay, I need to be more empathic. This client is getting defensive. They're not coming, they're not attending. So there's a lot and then also supervision.
And the next thing is, actually we have collectivistic approach and individualistic approach also. So what's your turn
Just
on
repeat
collectivistic approach and individualistic approach is the two perspective of CBT. So in Western, we are following the individualistic approach. We'll be more focusing on a particular individual. But when we come to India and all, it will be mainly depending upon the family situations. They will be having a strong bond with family. So when we are applying CBT into this, what will be the challenges we'll be dealing?
Well, that's systemic therapy, isn't it? So within the client is bringing you a problem that's within the system, a family dynamic system. So there's a lot of issues there. It can be scapegoating. But the thing, what I always try and do is then to support the person, obviously, to see that the systemic system, but then if necessary to have family therapy, whether I do it or refer to the person, refer to another therapist, that, it happens in addiction, that the addict can be acting out something for the family. And so when the addict is doing that, the family can focus and scapegoat the addict. Now, again, these are huge theories. I can't get into them on a podcast, but these are the complexities. So I would be referring sometimes to a family therapist, because if the therapy is not working and the family are still pushing that client back into the role of the scapegoat, then it's very difficult for the client, you know. So you can work an individual with the client, but refer them to a family systems therapist to help them to see the big picture. But it's not always, like I like the equation, it doesn't always go 2 and 2 equals 4. There's a lot of different variations can happen within that. But one thing I would say, having good supervision. You know, because you can get, as a therapist, you can get stuck and kind of go, where is this going, you know? Do you ever find that as a psychologist?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes we will not be, the session may not be going in a way as we planned.
Absolutely.
Because in between the session, they will be raising some other concern. So at that point, we will be realizing that it is not the actual issue. Whatever the issue we dealt, that is not the actual issue they are facing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the therapy will switch and...
So the presenting problem is not the real problem.
Yeah.
It's a deeper issue, maybe family dynamics, maybe kind of immersion with the, you know, the mother kind of these kind of relationships, father relationships. So yeah, it's very complex. So that's where good supervision, because when you get stuck, it can be a very, like, there's a theory that the client's hopelessness can transfer into the therapist, so that the therapist feels helpless.
Yes.
So if you're feeling helpless, you need to work that out, and your supervisor is a good place to work that out.
Yes.